I continue to seek out Stephen King adaptations that are worse than Maximum Overdrive, so I can compile a list and send them to Mr. King. Even though I immediately found one with trucks, my search goes on out of general interest, also to fill up time. This brought me to 1990's Graveyard Shift. People hate this thing, right? Yeah, no one talks about Graveyard Shift. Let's watch Graveyard Shift. It's based on the short story, which also comes from the same collection as Trucks did, Night Shift. Not long after the movie starts, and we catch a glimpse of Wishmaster. Hi, Wishmaster! We're in a rundown textile mill in Maine, where everyone hates their job and pretty much life in general. One guy in the basement, working the graveyard shift because of the heat, has to deal with an extraordinary rodent problem, all of whom make Frank Welker noises. Unfortunately, something much larger is also lurking around. Well, now there's an opening in the basement position, and luckily drifter John Hall comes looking for work. After some intense questioning from his prospective boss Warwick, and some hazing by the locals, including Wishmaster, he gets the now available graveyard shift. The rat problem isn't going unnoticed, though. Brad Dourif is here playing an exterminator who absolutely loves his job.
God damn! Whoa! Adios, motherfuckers!
He's a Vietnam vet turned local pest killer, and he fucking owns this movie.
Spread the word, fucker.
Unfortunately, he goes out like a chump before we ever get to the third act, a serious flaw here, but man, Dourif is pure magic in Graveyard Shift. He gives one monologue where he starts crying just out of sheer intensity. Warwick, the factory's evil boss, is a pretty interesting character. Deep down, he's motivated to do whatever it takes to keep the factory open, because it's the one thing keeping the town alive. But he's a pretty huge dick about it all, and as the movie progresses, he just falls further and further into pure madness. He's also very committed to his main accent, which borders on comical, but as the movie went on, I became rather enthralled with it.
Putting it plainly, Mr. Hall, you're a drifter. And I get no guarantees with a drifter.
You get no guarantees with any man. There's only instinct.
I love dedication to crazy acting, and this guy is into it big time. Eventually, things move underground for various reasons, and then we find out what's been causing all the trouble. It's a giant bat, and a semi-compelling special effect. Problem is that Warwick is still hell-bent on just killing everyone now, and despite the presence of a huge bat creature, our two main characters end up having a skeleton fight. In the end, though, the bat must be dealt with, and despite Warwick giving it a shot,
We're going to hell.
it's up to our hero to finally rid the town of the killer bat. Graveyard Shift has a lot going for it, but the film's direction is spotty at times. Director Ralph S. Singleton's only other directing work was a couple of episodes of Cagney and Lacey, and there are some rookie mistakes along the way, such as a few shots clearly being repeated over the course of the film because someone didn't shoot enough coverage for the editors. The amount of sweat and grime in this movie puts something like The Walking Dead to shame, and if you're like me, it'll probably make you itchy. I felt like I needed a shower after it was done. Back to the plus side though, as Graveyard Shift has one of those closing credit songs that's just a bunch of dialogue samples from the movie.
So warm, so juicy. Damn!
The Graveyard Shift.
That ensured this was getting positive praise from me, even though I was already leaning that direction to begin with. I know it wasn't well received upon release, but the creature effects are surprisingly decent, and Brad Dourif and Crazy Boss Man were on point. It's not better than Maximum Overdrive, so technically I guess it makes the list I'm faxing over to Stephen King, but it's still a great deal of fun. Check it out.
You got a problem?
I ain't got a problem.
What's your problem, boy?
The Graveyard Shift.
No problem.
No problem.